So, the very first thing I've got to do is check my weapons. I think that for my the last camo that I need for this, I need to get point blank kills. Have you ever gone for point blank kills in a Call of Duty game?
I have not gone for point blank kills.
If this is anything like the previous games,
Hmm.
um, the tolerance is incredibly low. You basically have to have your gun barrel pointed through them, like clipping into their model, or else it doesn't count.
You do it from behind.
Yeah. You don't have to do it from behind. It's just got to be point blank. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set my thing up for hip fire accuracy.
Okay.
And then
I
hopefully...
just I was just looking at a laser that shows from the hip.
Ooh, this is hip fire accuracy. So the barrel, and then a laser would be good. Aim down sight, sprint to fire, aiming stability. Ooh, I don't have any lasers that help with that. All right. Oh, oh, oh. I accidentally exited out and I don't know how. All right, so we got the barrel on. That's hip fire accuracy. Then we got to do... This is hip fire recoil control, which might help.
Hmm.
I don't need an optic because I won't be ADSing. It just took off all of my... Ugh, this is annoying. Let's see. None of the suppressors work. How about underbarrel? I guess I'm going to have to put on a guard. Aim down sight, sprint speed, recoil steadiness. We'll do sprint speed. And
Sprint
then...
speed.
Oh, I can't have an underbarrel with that one. That sucks. So we'll do flinch resistance then, I guess. This thing's gonna look ugly as hell. Let's see. Hip fire accuracy. Hip fire accuracy. Is this one better? Operator foregrip versus demo. Ooh, this one's better. So we'll do this. And then lever. Rechambering speed. We want that for sure. And I think this monster is ready. I think this thing's ready for this. I already have the increased sprint speed. Man, this is gonna suck. I think this last camo to get is gonna be tough. But
Yeah.
I am set up and ready to go. Are you?
Almost there. I'm changing one more thing. I mean, yeah, I'm ready to wait time it.
Gotcha.
Okay. We're good, I think.
So I just have to not hit the right mouse button, like at all. I just have to like run up and hump people and press the trigger.
I mean, that worked. I
Uh,
like it.
Man, I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to be done with this gun so I can move on to something else.
Yeah, which one are you working on now? Is that the automatic or assault rifle or?
But I'm gonna be working on assault rifles next. I think whatever it takes to unlock the next marksman rifle.
Ah, okay, I got you,
So I gotta check after this match because after this session I guess because I probably won't get all the camos this match.
you.
So how was your
Man,
day?
it was all right. I'm in such like that wind, like right now I'm in that like wind down to wind up kind of mode. You know, when you get home from work and like you gotta like decompress from the day, but then also get like hyped for what you might be doing this evening, like this.
Oh,
Like I know we're in the same boat, so it's like we both just got home and like jumped on this right away. So like the first like little bits kind of like, all right, here we go, like till it's actually happening.
you're shaking off that weariness, trying to like get back into home mode.
Exactly. And then you get stuck waiting for a game and connecting and connecting and connecting.
Oh,
So.
gross! Is it gonna do that again?
This happened at the beginning yesterday too.
Oh man, I'm backing out. Leave with party, and then we wait,
Waiting for party leader.
and
That's
then
you.
we click again.
Yeah.
It's not looking promising.
Maybe? Maybe? What did we do yesterday?
I think we went back to main menu. And then we went to quick play. And then we hit start match.
This is always part of the, especially with newer games.
That classic Call of Duty experience, right? Failed to join.
I mean, look at this air hangar they're hanging out in. Like, we got a cargo plane. We got like a little Humvee side-by-side thing hanging out over here.
I'm not gonna lie, I would own every single object on this screen in real life.
I think your guys got like some glow sticks on the front. Are those like flares?
Why does my operator look different?
Did you change it?
No, I used to have the dude with the dick armor.
Yeah, and cheek armor.
Yeah, what happened? That's bullshit.
Rangers.
I don't know how to fix this, man. Do we like just press start to yes, it's a different message this time.
Nice.
I guess that's the key, is just keep backing out and going back in.
I guess it probably like reinserts you into the queue or something.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming, again, I don't know anything about networking, but I'm assuming it tries to initiate some type of handshake protocol where it courts the server and says, you know, hey, I'm here, recognize me. And if the server doesn't respond, it like forever tries to connect.
Okay, so in this instance, the secret handshake is backing out and going back in like 5 times.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
At least it's got a rhythm, you know? Like, at least it makes sense.
Oh, this map. I'm never, ever gonna get point blanks on this map.
You can do anything if you believe.
Yeah.
Oh, this map. Okay.
Yeah. Now are we starting to see?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I believe in you. Can you get point blanks with it? Oh, no, you need it with that gun. Never mind.
Oh! I might have got one. Did that not count? I was all up in his grill. And that didn't count. This is gonna suck.
There's gotta be, like, specifications.
Oh, man. This is gonna test my patience.
I mean, you've been through a lot. I feel like you could be patient. I feel like you'll be alright.
Yeah, if I can beat Elden Ring, I can get point-blank kills with...
How many times did you beat Elden Ring? Because, like, you didn't just beat Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely platinumed it on 2 different platforms.
You obliterated Elden Ring.
I love that game. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty good. That was being one of the first ones of that, like, I've really played. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Ugh. See, my problem is I gotta find these people in order to point-blank them. We need, like,
and then us kill them before everybody else does, too.
Yeah.
Like, you're sneaking up, and then the other person's just like, screw this, guys.
I've got a shooty bullet gun. Gotcha. Found an AFK guy. Was that not point blank?
Does it, like, shoot up a message point blank?
I don't know. It actually might not. It might just be a point blank kill, like, behind the scenes in the background. I'm gonna be really mad if I don't get it at least. See, that should have. Oh, that was point blank. That one counted. It does put up a message.
I don't know if that's better or worse, because then when you're like, oh, it's got to be point blank, and then it's not, you can get, like, mad about it.
So for that AFK player, I quite literally pressed my body up against him, and then...
Oh, man. Just meat grinding.
I just shot another guy, and I was, like, 3 feet away. It did not come up as point blank. This is gonna hurt my feelings.
It'll be okay.
Oh,
I mean, I think
Lord.
you can filter for maps. You can just find a good one and then.
What? Can you filter for maps?
I think so.
You can filter for play modes for sure.
I feel like maybe. I mean, that could be. I'm thinking of the old one. Oh yeah. So, I know I went a little heavy on work last time we played, but this time I've only got one story from work. Because honestly, like today overall was a good day. But like I had one of those moments, and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, did I expect to be where I am 5 years ago?
Right.
Like, so today we use a lot of packing paper, right? And I go up to the packing machine thing, it like crimps it up, you know, and like it makes it like have air pockets within between the cardboard layers.
Yeah, it's volume and bounce, right?
Right. So it's like, yeah, volume and bounce, just like Maybelline. So like, and it's like it's good for the environment because it's made out of paper instead of like plastic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, before I digress too far here, I pulled it out and I like looked at it and I'm like, this is wrong. Like this isn't right. And I like was squeezing it, you know, like if you ever picked up fruit in the grocery store, that's what I was doing to this paper. I was like, is this ripe? Is this paper ripe enough?
Like knocking on the side of a melon.
And the problem was it was too pliable, right? So I like found a piece of the old one. And here we went from like 2 mil to 1 mil thickness. And never before in my life, because this is actually a problem because when we're packing heavier parts, we'll need to use more paper, or like some things only call for like one piece of paper. And you know, you get to a point where it's like, all right, this is made to protect this part. So if I'm putting one in, but it's only like half the protectiveness of the old version, then you know it's not going to be good enough. So this is a problem. And I'm like talking to people and running around, and I stopped and like looked down at my hand holding the paper and was like, how did I end up here? How did packing paper become a major concern for me?
It's rough.
And it was like, I mean, I didn't really have a problem with it. It's just, ask me 5 years ago if I care how thick paper is. Like,
so I gotta tell you, I'm glad you brought that up because I have been trying to find a segue into this particular topic. And I think it goes hand in hand, right? With the whole, like, you know, how did I get here? And some people need to ask themselves that. Specifically, do you remember we just recently got the parking lot refinished at our work?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And you know where my desk is, right?
Yeah.
I sit right out in front of HR. The thing about that is, so I don't get to hear privileged conversations. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, HR is still HR.
HR is still HR. She can shut the door at any time, and I'm completely blocked off from this. But for the non-important stuff, I hear it. And the sheer number of people that went into that office and they were like, this is bullshit. I have to walk an extra 20 feet from my parking spot that you took up to get to the front door. And they were like seething. Like the amount of rage was palpable. And it was like a steady parade of people. And that poor woman the whole time was like, well, we sent out emails that said we were doing the parking lot and that it was going to be inconvenient. And, like, they were not giving her, like, any love whatsoever. They're just like, this is, like, against my rights. This is, like, prison. And it's like, what? You had to walk 20 feet. You gotta ask yourself how you got here, man.
So, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had a conversation today about workplace and appreciation. And, like, I had somebody, so our work does this cool thing where they, like, give out birthday cards when your birthday comes up.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I've gotten one of those.
Yeah, so, like, you know, it's one of those things, like, we don't, like, bring it up, like, oh, man, can't wait for my birthday card. Well, I had somebody ask me for theirs, and I never in my life didn't want to give one to somebody more.
So, wait, they knew it was their birthday, and they were like, I need this.
So their birthday was today, they asked for it on Monday. And not like hey, I know there's cash in it, I could really use it. Just like, hey, I hear we get birthday cards. Where's mine at?
They throw like what, like $10, $15 in there or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like,
I mean, that's you could have just as easily not gotten that.
yeah.
So
Like,
it's not part of your pay. It's not owed to you. They're doing it because they just want to do something nice. Maybe buy yourself a drink or something, you know?
Yeah. It's not, it's just an added bonus. And that's like, I hear all the time, and it's because we do things. So like, I feel like workplaces in general should just start to like skip a year. Like if they do something cool, like skip a year before they do it again. Because like our work's pretty generous.
Like give them time to miss it, right?
Right. So like they give out like hams and turkeys and gift cards every year. You get to pick one, right? Well, like this year, more than any other year, I heard, well, what brand of turkey is it?
Oh my God.
I had, and I shit you not, I had 6 people ask me that question. 6 people were that concerned. Like, well, if it's this brand, I don't want it. Like, what?
That's
like,
that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life.
I was like, I have no idea. Like, if you really want, I'll go ask. But I like, and they were like, well, how much is it gonna weigh? And I'm like, I don't know. It's different every year. And some of them asked both questions, so it wasn't like one person was like, oh, you know, I'm concerned about this, and I just like, I don't know. People just need to appreciate it. And that goes in any aspect of life. Like, you know how many people, like, I had a friend I gave a ride to, like, a lot, like, to work every day. Like, a different workplace, not this work. And, like, the one time I couldn't, I got the, like, wow, man. Like,
yeah,
you really let it down. Like,
swag changed you, bro.
Like, you have a car. Like, we were only doing it out of convenience. I don't understand.
People get comfy and then they start to expect a certain level of treatment. Yeah. And my honest opinion is that you can't be nice to people. Like, you should be. You absolutely should be. And it feels great to be nice to people, but, like, you can't be.
And, like, I always try to give the benefit of the doubt for anybody, but sometimes it's like, I don't know.
Oh, man, that's wild. Yeah, people continue to impress me with like the new lows that they stoop to. Well, speaking about, hold on, I gotta mute myself and cough. So speaking about the hams, I know you're not supposed to like talk about religion and politics with people, and you're not supposed to ask about, you know, disabilities and stuff like that, but I'm gonna ask you this, and I hope you don't think I'm overstepping my bounds. Ham or turkey? Which one'd you get?
Because I have the ability to get both because my wife works there. I got one of each.
Oh, sweet. So you're all set up.
Yeah. So normally I just get a ham because I'll make ham and green bean soup. With it.
Oh, okay.
Because it, like, you cut it into quarters, I can make 4 batches of ham and green bean soup.
Is that a Pennsylvania thing?
Maybe? I don't know.
Because I've never heard of ham and green bean soup until before this moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. My dad, like, always made it. You just put, like, in the crock pot, you put, like, green beans, cut up some potatoes, you know, cut some chunks of ham in there, and then just cook it.
That sounds phenomenal.
It's really good, really easy, and it's filling, so, like, it works.
Alright, so this year I'm gonna actually try to cook my ham with my daughter because last year did not go well.
I am gonna smoke the one.
Ooh, dude. I want to come over when you smoke your ham.
I've been in, like, a cook meat mode lately. Like, I just want to cook different kinds of meat different ways.
That's phenomenal. Okay, so I have a complimentary mood in that I want to eat different types of meat cooked in different ways. Shut up.
What a match. What a match. Oh, that's right. Before we stray too far, just a little bonus fact for you about the parking.
Okay.
I almost fired somebody because of the parking. Like, I was walking them to the door when they finally changed their tune.
Dude, we may have to continue that particular conversation off of camera because I gotta know the specifics.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of the ones you heard, too.
Oh my god. Yeah, just the level of like, this is my parking spot. And here's the thing. I was thinking about it. I was like, I wouldn't do that. So I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go complain to my superiors about this. But I do get a little miffed in the morning when my parking spot is taken. Now I don't have an assigned parking spot, so I just deal with it. I go somewhere else.
I'm glad you said this because this morning when I pulled in, now I've been going in a little earlier, so like I've had my spot that I had for a long time every morning instead of like when I was coming in a little later and it was, you know, it was a crapshoot on whether you get to park wherever. And I pulled in and like I stopped the car and looked up and I was like, what the hell? The person that normally parks straight across from me, and I know this because they're in their car in the morning when I get there, parked in my spot. And I'm like, I park there every day in front of them. Every day.
Well, you get those it sucks because like, you know, you stay at a position long enough within a company and people start to view you as part of the furniture, right? You're an establishment there. And it goes to your head a little bit. You get one of those little tiny moments where you're like, do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Yeah.
And I try to fight that because I don't want to be that guy.
I get that way sometimes too. But, you know, it is what it is. You get that way in life too sometimes, depending on the situation.
Well, you reach a certain age, you know, I'm not a young guy anymore, so like some kid comes up to me and they're being a punk and I have this overwhelming urge to be like, do you have any idea who you're talking to? But the problem is, like, they could just kill me with their hands. Like, I wouldn't be able to stop them. Like, I'm not in a position to fight someone. I can't, like, do anything about that threat.
Well, it'd be like me walking up to you and being like, man, I have played so many hours of The Binding of Isaac. You have no idea.
Oh,
no
man,
idea.
I would be like, do you have any idea who I am?
Because, like, that's what I mean. It can happen anywhere. Like, if you have a skill set. Like, sometimes people come up and be like, you know, like, oh, man, like, I don't know, like, if you know this, but, like, I love dogs more than anyone in the whole world. And I'll be like, like, really? In proportion to how many dogs you have, how much of your love does each one get? And I'll be like, because I have 4 dogs. And I love them all a lot. And I bet they could kick your dog's butt.
Yeah, my dog's stronger than your dog.
Tug of war, right now. Right now.
Get him
You're,
out
like,
here.
hyping it up. It's like the high school football, like, dad, like, coach. Like, oh, yeah? No, Cora, get over here. Get over here. You're going to tug this guy. You're going to tug him right now. And then, you know, they're like standing awkwardly off to the side like, Dad, what are you doing?
Well, what's absolutely insane is that, like, Cora would have zero problem. She'd be like, we're playing a game? Cool!
Like, you want me to do what? All right, let's do it. Or like your thing, which I have adopted in my head all the time, which is this problem requires exactly 0 dogs. But I'm here to help.
God, I love dogs. It's the saddest thing on the planet. I sit and watch YouTube videos of random people's dogs on my lunch break, just going, man, I wish.
That's like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, even I'll watch, like, the dog training videos. It's like, I could be doing this in real life.
Yeah?
But, like, not even ones that, like, I need to learn something from. It's like, oh, but look at how this dog reacts to this kind of training. Like, I don't know.
Well,
it's all good.
I'm a firm believer. Like, you have space, right? Your dogs can run around. They've got interesting stuff to pee on. Like, they've got the life.
Yeah.
You got little farm animals and shit. I'm a firm believer that if you can't provide that for a dog, they are not living their best life. And of all the animals on this planet, they deserve it.
And see, like, yes, but I think it also depends on the kind of dog. Because, like, the little pampered chihuahuas, some of them have, like, a better, like, eating routine than I do.
Well, you're right,
like,
but... Yeah, but that's not really out of, like... I feel that's begrudging, right? So, you've got these chihuahuas, and they have like all these dietary concerns, and they're like half dead all the time, and they can't even lift their own damn head. And it's like, you're not doing it to make their life happy. You're doing it so they can freaking live.
Yeah, and that Chihuahua can tend to be a bad example, but there are people like that. Like when I was recently in New York City, like there was some well-pampered dogs being walked, and you're like, you could tell, like, you're like, that dog is spoiled.
Yeah.
Like, or like you always see videos of people like sharing, like they're on a park bench and they're like sharing ice cream or something, and it's like, you know, that's usually the suburban like kind of lifestyle type of thing. So it's not necessarily. Oh shoot! Oh gosh! Oh, that hurt.
I like it when dogs are not a possession, but rather a friend.
Yes, and that's how all ours are. And like technically, that's not how it's supposed to be, but you know, it is. Like, I don't know. They're your best friend. That's just how it goes.
Well, I've known dogs that are better than some of the best people I've ever known. So there's that.
Ah, dude, did I tell you about the energy drink that I found?
You did not. What energy drink did you found?
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, like, I didn't find it. I not out of my normal repertoire of energy drinks that I drink. So I got it because it looked good. So I was trying the G Fuel ones, which are sheets, I believe. And this one has Sonic on it, right? And I noticed they have like Tetris and Crash Bandicoot and oh, excuse me, sorry. And everything else. And I'm like, all right, I'll try a couple of these. So like, I didn't like the Tetris one. The Crash Bandicoot one's like whatever.
Hold up. They're all video game themed or what?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
Like, so those are just the ones I can remember. I know they have. I did not reload. What the heck? I know they had Crash Bandicoot, Tetris. Oh, and then there was a randomly like a Naruto one as well. So what's that? Bandai?
Yeah, like Namco Bandai or maybe
yeah. So I got the Sonic one, and before I like go through the flavor and stuff, I liked it so much. I have bought 12 packs of it now. It's gonna get old because that's the way my brain works. I can't do the same thing every time. But have you ever had the Haribo
gummy bears?
Peach rings.
Oh no, I have not.
So it's the gummy peach rings.
Oh, peach rings. Okay, I have a story about that.
So this tastes exactly like the gummy peach rings.
Okay.
And I find it's fantastic, but it's Sonic peach rings. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah.
Damn it, I get it.
But yeah, that's the first one that I've ever been like, you know what? This is limited edition, and I like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy a 12-pack of it.
Okay.
And I gave it to a couple of people at work that were like in the office, and they were like, "What's that one? Like, I've never seen that one before." And I was like, "You want one?" And they were like, "Dude, you're right. This does taste like peach rings." So now I know I'm not crazy.
So there's something that we could try that you might like. And I learned this from living with a lesbian.
Okay.
I had a roommate, and she was like, "You gotta try this. This is the best thing ever." And she took the peach rings and soaked them in peach schnapps. And they get all floppy.
Yep.
Kind of like her. And they're really good.
I just heard what you said.
Yeah, she. Anyways, I'm not gonna dwell on that. But they get floppy and kind of a little gooey, which is gross. But like you could deal with it, and you just drain off the rest of the peach schnapps that you soaked it in, and take shots of that, and it's like drinking liquid sugar. It's insanity.
Yeah. So I have had, not with the peach stuff, but like the vodka soaked gummy bears and the Skittles, when you put the Skittles in the vodka.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so you can like, you separate it a lot. Okay, so you could like put them all in, but obviously the color would be gross. So what you do is you take like all the red ones, all the green ones, and you can soak them in vodka, and then it'll taste like the Skittles. So like people do it to make like a rainbow, you know, and then they make the mixed drinks with that.
I get you. That makes sense.
And even on top of that, even you can add it to that specific color as well.
Oh, I just want to give you a quick little update.
Uh
I got all of my point blank kills in that match.
huh. Nice.
That worked out incredibly well for me. It is time for a different weapon.
Woo.
Let's see, marksman rifles.
That was quick.
Yeah, I didn't know. So let me take a look here. This one needs the Lockman 762. And that is a battle rifle.
Oh, that's the one I'm using.
How do you like that? Is that single shot or is that like triple shot? What is it?
So it's either just the semi-single or you can switch it to full auto.
What button does that?
B.
B. Okay, I can do that. That's my inventory button in World of Warcraft.
And it's nice because once you switch it, like for the match, it'll stay on full auto like when you respawn, so you don't have to remember to do it every time.
Okay, it's like a toggle.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, well, I'm holding it. I'm ready to go. It's got no attachments. We're gonna start this fresh.
Where do you see the how do you tell like the unlocks? Is that just like
What do you mean, sir?
for the camo stuff?
So
Like
weapons?
the thing you're doing, like you know how many you got to get like kills or this or that.
Yep. So weapons,
Oh, yes.
loadout.
Mm-hmm.
Click on your gun and go to gunsmith.
Yep.
Go to customize.
Uh-huh.
Select-
Okay, that's the
Select the camo button on the lower left, and it brings up a screen with all the camos, right?
Oh,
And then
I see it.
the 4 that you can unlock for your gun are in the lower left-hand corner. And you can only unlock 4 per gun, and then you end up unlocking all of the camos in like a pool. So stuff that I've unlocked for like previous weapons, I can scroll through here and apply to my gun. So some of the really wild, cool stuff, I can put on here.
I see.
And then if you hover over the ones that are like the 4 in the square that you haven't unlocked yet for your current gun, it'll tell you what you need. So currently, because I have a level 1 gun, I've got to level it up to level 2 before I can even see what the challenge is. Then once I'm at level 2, there's a green progress bar above the camo that tells you like how close you are to completing it, and then you can see the challenge in the white text underneath the gun icon.
I see it now. So like this one, I got to get 50 kills and then 50 while aiming down sights.
Oh, that should be easy.
Yeah, and then level 13 and level 18.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and I see they have like the then they have that weapons mastery thing that you can click on. Okay.
And the weapons mastery is, I believe, if you get all of the camos for one whole group, like say I'm doing marksman rifles, I believe that unlocks gold, I think.
Yeah.
And then with gold, you get X number of kills while the gold camo is equipped, and you get like platinum, and it keeps going up from there.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Are we ready to start, by the way?
Oh, yeah. I'm
Let's
good.
do this. Can you see my wild spray paint gun?
No.
Darn. Oh, what's wild is that your character is holding my gun on my screen.
Oh, nice. That's
and
weird.
we both have the same operator.
We have different operators on mine, but this is the showcase thing. So like whatever you have selected in the showcase is what shows here. I think. Except the operators are slightly different than what you can pick from normal or whatever. Because
I miss my guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I had seen him before. I don't know what changed there, but you can change your showcase very easily.
Or I could just... Oh, are we? We're connecting? Oh, God. This again?
Yeah, I just noticed.
Now we're in. We're in there.
There we go.
You got some glow sticks on your chest. You got some scissors.
Oh yeah, you got I got some big ass like. Oh, those are like zip ties, I think.
Okay.
And then your guy, you got the glow sticks on your belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. I mean, I look at all the pockets on those vests. That's like versatile.
Heck yeah! I kind of want this for just walking around the office. Think of all the paper clips.
So one of the things I like about the ESD jackets is it's got free pockets on it.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I've had to wear those in the line of duty a couple of times, and I always felt super important every time. And like, it's not, but it.
I fill them all the time with junk.
They're surprisingly comfortable because it gets cold in there, right? And they're
Yeah.
surprisingly comfortable when worn over a hoodie.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. They're also comfy because like I don't get cold very easy, so like they just take the chill off. It's like wearing a very loose t-shirt.
Okay.
So like I don't mind them at all. Some people hate them. Some people like some of them had the elastic sleeves going on, like around your wrists,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like that at all. Because then I'm constantly trying to push them up because it feels restricting on my wrist, like it's gonna get in the way of my hand motion. I don't know. It's not comfy.
Nope, I don't like. I have sensory issues when it comes to that, and yeah, don't like it at all.
Oh man.
Hey, I think you were gonna tell me about something about a name, I think.
I have been holding on to this for a while. Stop me if I've told you this story already.
Okay.
So, I can't tell you this woman's name, like, all of it, right? All I'm gonna give you is her last name, and that's not gonna mean anything without any context whatsoever. So we're gonna call her Kathy. And Kathy emailed us from a company, and here's the thing, she's not a normal contact, so I only hear from her like maybe once every other month in the line of, like, in the course of what I do during the day. And her last name is hyphenated. It's Ball Johnson. Mm-hmm.
And that hyphen,
Yeah,
like...
I want you to know, like, where I'm coming from on this. It's bad enough, but the hyphen implies choice. So there's two scenarios I can think of. It's either a marriage type scenario where she's like, I don't want to give up my last name, so I'm gonna choose to be known as Ball Johnson. Or her parents really screwed her over.
I mean, I feel like there's some missed opportunities there. Like, she could have been a teacher. Like,
Oh man.
I could go like Ms. Ball or Mrs. Ball Johnson, like, or a high school teacher would be ideal. Like, yeah. Oh man, that hyphen. That's
The hyphen is what does it, and it's not okay. But here's the thing. I've been sitting on this story so long, I actually have an update, and you don't have to wait for it. It's like instant access, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she recently emailed us again, and her last name is now just Ball.
Huh.
So what happened to Johnson?
Man, like, what if the ball Johnson could have been like the first failed marriage was Johnson, but she couldn't get rid of it right away, so she got married again and then got Ball. and if so, like, way to pick your men. Like, that's a good one.
I would see, and I have these intrusive thoughts, so I can never, ever be allowed in a room with this person. Thank God that'll never happen, because I'm gonna start calling her Nicole Ball is Life Johnson.
You mean Kathy?
Oh yeah, I was thinking of someone else. But that, you see, you're disrupting the integrity of the joke. Goddammit! I'm gonna call her Ball is Life Johnson. Ta-da!
I like It's a Wonderful Life. I wish I was never born with this name. Oh, but look, if I wasn't born, they wouldn't have 10 minutes of humor and commentary.
So yeah, it really is like a public surface. There's a Wilson. I'm dead. I got run over.
Oh, there's one that's not yours. Oh, I see it.
Dude, I was so happy to get a Wilson yesterday. It's my favorite thing.
Are you winning, Wheelson?
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oh, man. So I just experienced from the other side. I killed somebody, and then there was somebody standing right next to me, waiting till I killed their teammate to then kill me.
Oh, so you got to be on the cool side.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dead.
Yeah, their kill cam was me killing someone. So, I'll take it. It works.
Where are the bad guys?
I don't know. They keep shooting me, so.
So I like this gun, but I keep forgetting that it's not like a marksman rifle. So I try to go for like one shot, one kill, not realizing that I can just spray.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the FAL a little bit, and I
what?
love the FAL, FAL, and I love semi-auto assault rifles. This guy wants me. Ugh. Whatever. I'm gonna get a bunch of stability mods on this, and then you all pay. All of you. You'll
Including
see.
me?
You'll all see.
Dun, 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 dun.
Gonna go make my own assault rifle with blackjack and hookers.
So we did have something important happen today, and it affects both of us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like bad?
No, no, no. I said important. Important does not always mean bad.
Okay.
So I think I mentioned it to you, but we really didn't talk about it. The Wildcat is getting redone.
Oh my god, dude. You sent me that picture as a teaser, and it lit up my brain.
Yeah, so they RMC'd it, or they're RMCing it, and it's going to be ready next year. So, like, that's where they take those old wooden roller coasters and, like, basically, like, chop the top half off and put steel rails on it to make it smoother, up to date, and... Like, I don't know when the last time you were on the Wildcat, but it was not a smooth ride.
It was not good. And, well, and for people who don't know, the Wildcat is an old wooden roller coaster at Hershey Park out here in Pennsylvania. And when I was a kid, it was great, right? But it is no longer great. It's scary levels of, like, dilapidated, and you feel like you're on, like, a paint can shaker the whole time.
Yeah, and it's done now. They obsoleted it at the end of the year, and we didn't know what we were gonna get. We didn't know if we were gonna get like a brand new from scratch roller coaster. But the in thing to do nowadays is this RMC, which is I think it's Rocky Mountain Coasters.
Okay.
And they that's what they do. They come in, they redo these old ones.
So here's my question: is this the same procedure that was done on that one roller coaster that we went on, Twisted Timbers?
Yeah. Yep. So.
Where was that again?
That was in Kings Dominion in Virginia.
Okay. I remember that. Yeah, we spent a couple days out there.
If I remember, that used to be a roller coaster called Hurler or Howler, and that one was awesome. It was good. It had good theming and everything else, and like people are realizing like one of the things like Disney does really good is these themes and stuff. And I think they're like really tapping into that with like views and things like that. Like, hey, this is about like setting up a story. It's like a storyboard unfolding before your eyes when you're walking down, you know. It's telling a story without having like, voice actors or any kind of like, oh, hey, this is what's going on. You have to like pick it together yourself, you know. And I feel like they're doing that really well nowadays. Like that one area in King's Dominion that had what's that? Tambili. It's like a western, like not western, like a safari adventure kind of area. It's got like a plane in it and everything else. And I think they're doing really good with theming areas and stuff. And it really like it makes you forget where you are a little bit, but like also adds to it as a whole.
Well, and then like so, lines on roller coasters suck, right?
Yeah.
But there's also like that Christmas Day anticipation while you're waiting in line because you have a chance to watch the coaster and see the weird stuff that it does and like whatever gimmick they're working into any given ride. And that atmosphere builds it because, you know, you're not going to be staring at the roller coaster the whole time. You got to look down. There's always sun. There's always people. Your view's obstructed, whatever. And it makes the lines at least tolerable.
Well, yeah, and not even that. Like, even when you're in line, like a lot of them have like little buildings and stuff. You can hear the coaster, but you can't always see it.
Yeah,
and that's the whole atmosphere when you're at an amusement park like that. Like, hearing the screams in the background, like, and then you're like, oh man, or like looking up and seeing like a corkscrew or a barrel roll or something, and you're like, oh yeah, that's my favorite part. You know, like you just get excited about it, even if you've been on it. You know. And if it's not like excitement and anticipation, it's excitement and reminiscent of like, oh hey, I've been on this before, I recognize the part that I like, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. No, I'm definitely excited about what they're doing with the Wildcat. You know, it's so close. I actually had a customer call me at work today, and he was like, "Where are you at? Where do you live?" And I was like, "I live in Pennsylvania." And he's like, "Oh, you ever get up to Hershey Park?" And I'm like, "Dude, I have season passes, and if I'm having a tough day at work, I could just go there. It takes 15 minutes." And he was like, "Oh, that's wild." He's like, "You got kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but she doesn't like roller coasters, so it's all me."
Yeah, and it's funny, like, I don't know, because, like, I grew up in Hershey, you know, and, it's like one of those things, like, your hometown, you're like, why would anyone ever come here? I was, even though we had Hershey Park, like, I still had that. Like, why would anyone come for Hershey Park? And you walk through the parking lot, and you see, like, Oregon plates or California, and, like, they're all hyped up when they're walking in, especially if you go and open, like, oh, I can't wait to get in here. And it's like, dude, it's just Hershey Park, calm down. Like...
Yeah, it's not special. Well, familiarity breeds contempt, you know?
Yeah.
I need recoil control on this rifle. Oh my god.
Yeah, I do. I know what you're talking about. I added the front grip to mine recently, and it helped.
You added what?
Like the front grip.
So I have one of those. Unfortunately, it's not enough.
Oh man, for a split second, I had the most kills on our team, and that made me happy.
Oh, it was a deflatable decoy. Oh my god, I want one of those so bad. Oh, the reload on this is long. I need a bigger mag. Headshot. Oh man, I'm running out of steam. I'll tell you what, I think we'll call it after this match. And I'll step outside for a bit.
Yeah, that works. I'm gonna go grab a quick. I made dinner, but wasn't like hungry for it yet. You ever do that? Like, oh, like I'm really hungry, and then you make food, and you're like, I don't know about that. So like, dinner is ready out there, and I just was like, I don't really need to eat yet.
Pretty much every time I eat, it's an emergency situation.
That's like me using the bathroom at work. So I got ADHD. I sometimes just forget that that's a thing. That's a bodily function that I have to do. Like I forget it exists.
You know how it is with the demand of the phones constantly.
Yeah.
In my position, you got to be there to answer them, and it's like a baby crying right in your ear. You can't let it go.
Yeah.
And a gentleman I used to work with, like he couldn't stop himself. Like if that phone was ringing, he was at that desk. And he would constantly forget to use the bathroom. I was worried about him. Like, prostate health is important, especially when you start getting older, and that could fuck up your prostate.
Well, and especially when you're constantly sitting down too.
Oh yeah, it's not okay.
Well, shoot.
Well, shoot. Oh man, I can't wait to get at least some attachments for this thing. He's one shot. Get him.
Ooh.
They got me. The chick with no chin got me. Is this an EV recharge station? What?
Oh,
I actually know
man.
what this is. This is kind of like what we have at work.
Yeah. Except ours has 2.
Ooh, fancy.
The state paid for it all.
I'm told that we recently got our first sale.
Yeah, that happened last week, I believe.
Okay. It wasn't for much, but like, it's extra.
It's crazy that like while you're driving your car, it can be like, hey, here's this charge station, and like anybody can see that. Like,
Yep.
we're a landmark.
Well, it's scary too, right? Because I know I made this slip up earlier where I was talking about like, hey, when I was back at home, and then I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm at home now. When I was at work.
Yes.
But you start to think of work as like a second home, and it's like, I would not want random people pulling into my driveway and doing anything in my driveway, let alone using a charge station. And so I get defensive, because it's like, well, that's my home.
Well, so I was shown the app, and like the whole thing's kind of weird. So like, if you go on the app, and anybody who downloads the app can see this, like you don't have to be a member for our building or anything like that. It'll show you the car that was last charging on it.
Like a picture?
It'll be like blue Mustang. And to me, that's weird. So like, say I had an electric car, and like every day at 5 p.m. I saw like the blue Mustang parked there.
Ooh,
like,
yeah, you could stalk somebody.
Yeah, like okay, like I would never do this for obvious reasons, but like, what if it was like, oh man, that cute girl drives the electric Volt?
Ooh, that opens you up to some dangerous situations.
And like anybody can see it, as long as they have the app for that type of charger. Like that's just weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah, the more you talk about it, the less I like the idea.
Like, and why is that important? That's the part that I don't get. Like, why is that a feature? Like, why do I need to know? Like before my car, there was a.
Well, it's not like there's like sexually transmitted diseases between cars, right? Like,
ew, a Chevy was parked here.
Oh, yeah, I don't associate with Chevys.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, I don't want to park next to a Chevy. Or on the other hand, for a positive, it could be like, yo man, I could pick between these two chargers, but on this one right now, somebody has the exact same car as me. We can park there and be car buddies.
Do you think that's why that was developed that way? Do you think it was like part marketing? Like, well, okay, humans are really big on the whole, like, if I can see someone else do it, then it's safe for me. Right?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably part of it. But honestly, I still don't see it. Like, I don't get why that's important. And I asked somebody this, and they didn't have a good answer. So I was just like, that's just how it is. Oh, okay. Well, like, whatever. What I do find cool, and it came up so casually out of this person's mouth, I was like, that's kind of awesome. So our cars have miles per gallon, right?
Yeah.
Theirs are like, I think
kilowatt hours per mile or something like that, or?
He's like, mine, like, because we were comparing two of the cars that work there, and he's like, well, so-and-so's car gets 28 miles per minute, and mine get this many miles per minute, or miles per hour, or something like that, charging. And it was like, that's kind of funny. Or, like, breaking it down to miles per minute instead of miles per hour. And it being like a charging thing instead of like gas mileage.
Oh, like so how many miles of range you gain per minute of charging or something like that?
That's exactly it.
Oh, that's wild. That's a new way to think about it.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, so-and-so gets 22 miles per minute, but mine gets 28. And I was like, that's kind of hilarious to talk about it like that. Because, like, you want to get, like, oh, yeah, you've got an electric car, you know, I don't use gasoline, but, like, miles per gallon. You know, that could be broken down into like, okay, if I do the math, like this many, and I drive 60 miles per hour, I could get exactly this many gallons out. You know, it's like, yeah, it's just funny watching the breakdown.
No, I get it, and it's going to introduce like new ways of looking at things. So just like CDs replaced audio cassette tapes, right? And you started being really concerned about how much data a CD could hold.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, that was not good. I gotta go lick my wounds, man.
That was pretty bad.
We're at 53 minutes. Ooh. We'll get there. We'll have some good matches tonight. I mean, I got a few kills.
The first two, or first three, or whatever we played, were all good, which is probably why this one sucks so bad.
Yeah, we went up in rank.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let me go for a quick break, and then we'll meet back here.
Yeah, I'll get back on like 5 minutes.
All right.